As an administrator of the Digital Competency Wheel, you have some options that regular users don't have. First, log in using the key. You can sign in with Google, or we'll send you a manual key login if you type in your email here. Once you're logged in, you'll have access to the administrative menu. It's from this menu that you have access to all of your options, such as creating groups, adding new administrators, and analyzing the user results. If you want to create a new group, all you have to do is add a title and add a note to help remind you what the circumstance for the group was. Create a group session, and automatically it generates a PIN code and a unique link that you can send to the users in the group. Now, this is a way to ensure that the users will all be grouped in the same result. They can access through the PIN code or through the unique URL. Once you have created a group and the users have responded, you can find your group again in the green Management menu. Now these are all of the groups that you have full access to, for example, the one we just created. And if you want to view the group results, right now there are no users in it, but this is a quick way to see the full data set. If you would like to create a new administrator, you just access the admin menu, or again from the top menu, scroll down to the green Management and click on Admins. You can add a new administrator, and it's important that you give them a name and attach an email. This is what will give them access to the system. And then the new admin is automatically generated. From the administrative menu, you can create new groups, you can create new admins, and you can also create reports. Now, the advanced report is a really interesting tool because it gives you the option to segment your data and to present a subset of all of your users. For example, you can choose all users below a certain age. You can choose all users of a certain gender. You can choose users with a certain job type, or you can select certain groups that you have created. In addition, you can set a focus competency that will be highlighted in the report. So if you think it's particularly interesting to work with, let's say, participation, you can select that and generate your report. Now what you're seeing is the results of all of the default users right now. It'll show you when the users have taken the test. It'll show you on average how long it's taken them to do the test. It'll show you a gender representation, an age representation, what education or what job type they've selected, and it shows you the total number of respondents. Now, as with a usual group result, the Digital Competency Wheel is the result of many users. You have the option again to select a competency to see a little bit more about what that entails, what the score is, and it also gives you a new option. it shows you what the group distribution is. And in this instance, we can see that relatively few of the users have a weak competency, while many of the users are very adept at this particular skill. Once again, there's a summary of some of the aspects of this particular competency. It could help you to inform the dialogue or the work that you were doing with the competency afterwards. Maybe troubleshooting or keeping up to date could be relevant talking points. Once again, there's a summary of the total score, of the group distribution on the whole, so that's across all competencies. And there's also an explanation of what your users think are particularly important competencies. So these are the 2 or more competencies that they have marked as part of the survey. And in this case, searching information and critical evaluation are particularly important, while configuration and programming were deemed to be less relevant competencies. In addition, your competency in focus is presented here, and you can quickly access more details on this competency. Again, the group distribution, the overall score, and some of the important aspects. In addition, you can compare the group results to the normal range again to see if there are any outliers or anything of particular note or interest. There is also the option to benchmark your users in relation to others of the same job type. Now, in this particular instance, we can see that this user group scores relatively lower than the users of the same job type, which is why all of the scores are minus percentiles. Now, if they had a relatively higher score, you would be showing as plus percentiles. If you'd like to share the group result or share the report with somebody who doesn't have access to the system, that's also possible. You simply click on the green share button and it generates a link that you are able to send. There is also the option of printing the report and sharing in a non-digital manner.